Hi, I'm Gus Barney, and today's topic is, are you your thoughts and are you your mind? Okay, a lot of people think that they're their thoughts and their minds, but the truth of the reality of all of this is that they're not, okay? Because when you're in a high beta state of mind, you think completely different. You think with an irrational mind, with an unconscious mind. But when you're in a theta or an alpha state of mind, you think completely different. And you think more with a rational and more conscious mind. Okay, people say, oh, but you don't understand. My child, it's about my child. And this has happened. And this event, I can't get it out of my mind. It's making me crazy. Okay, when you do that, it doesn't matter that it's the closest person to you, that it's your child, or it's your husband, or it's your wife, or it's your mother, or it's your father. Those things don't matter. The way that you treat them, it's still exactly the same. That's not going to change. Why won't that change? It doesn't matter. When you pick your friends, it's easier. You don't pick your family. So therefore, you still have to treat it in a certain way that is going to bring you inner peace. If they're not bringing you inner peace, that means that you're taking everything to heart. You're an emotional basket case, and you become enslaved to these thoughts and these emotions. I'll give you an example. With my oldest daughter, when I first got divorced, after a little while, she wanted to spend more time at her mother's than at my place. And we had made arrangements of how to split up, the 3 kids and how much time they would spend here and how much time they were going to spend there. So I'm sure that a lot of you are familiar with this situation, as you probably have experienced it yourself. But, in high school and this and that, and, with all the issues that were going on, and it really is easier to stay in one place more often than another, so that you have more regularity. So that's understood. Do you think that I understood that? No, I didn't want to. Even if I did understand it, I didn't want to by any stretch of the imagination. So what happened when my daughter came up to me and said, well, Dad, I want to stay more over there than over here. I, jumped into bed, dived into bed, and started crying like a little girl. Now, my other daughter would say, because of that statement, I'm a sexist. But the truth of the matter is that when I jumped into this depression and into these things, I'm a bad father. She doesn't love me. This is terrible. How could it be happening to me? Playing the victim role. I'm torturing myself and doing a damn good job at it. But the reality of it is that if you let these emotions beat you, then, you are enslaved. You have to start coming and bringing some peace into your system, because otherwise you're just running that loop. That loop just runs the same way, and you keep creating the same now that you created in the past is moving into the future because you're not dealing with the emotion. Okay. So I decided to accept it and say, okay, hey, listen, this is just the way it is. And that's just that, and that's fine. Well, to show you what ended up happening is that even all the burnout that I had from this stuff, okay, later, okay, there comes a situation where it becomes a little difficult for her to stay at her mother's house. And we're not going to get into that. But then she comes to live at my house 100% of the time. So this goes to show you how we're capable of torturing ourselves indefinitely. And then, because it's all in our mind, okay? Our mind is already coming up with this stuff that really isn't real. But because we have a story, a past story in our lives, okay, and we have some history in our lives, we keep saying that this is really the way it is, and this is the way I need to take it, and I need to abuse myself because it is my child who I love, and so forth and so on. So you can decide to torment yourself or not. I tormented myself that time around, okay, and whatever. It didn't do anything for me to torment me. It enslaved me. That's all that it did. Because at the end of the day, what happened? Okay? Exactly what happened? she came back, okay? She came back and lived with me. So here's all this torment. For what? For what? At the end of the day, we reconnected and everything was just fine. It was just in my mind here, in my history bank, in my subconscious, in the aspect of my subconscious, which is unconscious, okay? Now, when it happened with my other daughter, because eventually they become teenagers, I'm saying, am I gonna feed this fire again? Am I this freaking stupid that this is what I'm gonna do again? Do I wanna run this circle once again? Do I need to torture myself? Do I need to tell my ego that it's okay for me to torture myself? Because the ego keeps looking and never finding, okay? That's what happens. The ego just keeps looking and looking and looking, and you are the sucker that's going along with your ego. And you're never finding, so you're never finding that peace. Because you keep saying, oh, it's my daughter. No, can't be like this. No, please. Don't let it be. Don't let it be. Well, it's not like that. It's all in your freaking mind. But you made it like that, okay? So stop making it like that. I decided to make a correction. Second teenage child. Let's make the correction. I'm going to torture myself again? No, I'm not going to torture myself. I connect the way that needs to be connected and find that inner peace and have that relief and not feed that vicious cycle. Once you start breaking that cycle, you start finding inner peace and you get out of being enslaved. And that's what's important. You are not your freaking mind, and you're certainly not your thoughts. And the thoughts are coming from truckloads of information that come from everywhere that is historical in your life, that patterns that need to be broken if true inner peace is to be found. You will not find it that way. And it doesn't matter, oh, it's my child. You just don't understand. You stupid bastard, you don't understand. It's my child. It doesn't matter who it is. At the end of the day, you're looking to find inner peace. And you got to get into your heart, okay? Not into your mind, not into your thoughts, because your thoughts are corrupted with all kinds of information coming from everywhere. So be discerning with your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. And the minute, I'm going to put very shortly a 5-minute breathing meditation that changes the way you think right after that. And it helps you bring into a rational mind. And then you come to the conclusion and realize that you're just not your thoughts and you're not your mind. You're not this programming that you have received. And the thing is, we do have to break the programming if we want to not be enslaved. And life is about being free and being at peace and not being enslaved. Well, I hope that this segment helps you. And please, subscribe and share. Let everybody know. And here's the help. And I'm here to help. Thank you once again. Bye-bye.